From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is Wake Up Weather.
Good Friday morning to you. I'm Kelly Rawson here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center live at 6 a.m. and we have an active radar and just an active day to talk about. Multiple rounds of rain and storms expected for the rest of today into the overnight time period. A few of these storms could be on the strong side. The main threat certainly that I want to communicate off the front end is going to be the potential for flooding and flash flooding here in the Tennessee Valley. I will have everything you need to know as far as the timing, as far as the threats, and what comes on the backside of this system that is bringing all of this rain and storms. We are going to go ahead and go over that. Let's go ahead and start though with a check at current radar. We are looking at, again, these showers moving through. They were just showers. Now we're seeing a little bit of lightning. So these storms are trying to ramp up and get going. There is a little bit of storm fuel out there this morning, but nothing severe at this time, which is certainly some good news. I can go ahead and zoom into a few communities. We'll go ahead and start with southern Middle Tennessee. We're seeing some pockets of heavy rainfall in southern Lawrence County as well as southern Giles County. The heaviest of the rainfall looks to be south of Highway 64 at this time. Some pockets of heavy rainfall moving into northern portions of Marshall County as well as into the northern portions of Wayne County. Looking at a little bit of lightning just south of Loretto, Tennessee. And if we just go ahead and scoot on down to the south, closer to North Alabama, we're looking again some pockets of heavy rainfall. We're seeing heavier rainfall as this continues to move through, again tapping into a little bit of storm fuel this morning. Nothing too abundant, but we are looking at again some heavy rainfall at times, looking heavy and heaviest about east of Highway 43 that runs through southern Middle Tennessee and North Alabama. Some pockets of heavy rainfall moving into Russellville at this time. Some folks in eastern portion of our viewing area, I should say, parts of Limestone County just seeing some light showers, as well as Lawrence County, Alabama. Still dry for now in Morgan County as well as Madison County. So we are again going to continue to see rain and storms move through. I'll go ahead and show you guys. We have been dealing with some heavy rainfall already this morning. So I'll go ahead and show you guys over the last hour or the 1 hour rainfall rates in these storms. We're looking, again, nothing too significant, but still just some heavy rainfall at times for this morning. So about half an inch per hour, we are looking at, again, that heavy rainfall continuing to move through. In terms of rain totals, let's go ahead and check to see if that's coming up yet. Not seeing anything just yet, so we'll go ahead and hop back to radar here all across the Tennessee Valley. And we will go ahead and click onto that. Reflectivity. Again, showers and storms continuing to move through. We are seeing a little bit of lightning. Again, nothing severe at this time, which is certainly some good news, but we are dealing with some pockets of heavy rainfall. So again, flooding is going to be an issue for today. So just be sure to be watching and be careful on the roadways, especially through this evening and overnight. So again, nothing severe at this time, but winds are howling out of the south. Gusts up to 40 and 42 miles an hour at this time. So it is quite breezy out there. Again, no matter where you are ahead of this, again, these aren't associated necessarily with these showers and storms that are moving through, but we are just very, very gusty nonetheless. So we're going to continue to see these gusty conditions for the rest of today. Again, maybe some stronger gusts with a few stronger storms later on today. But again, in terms of the severe weather threat, the good news is it is starting to diminish. However, the flooding threat seems to certainly be continuing heading into the rest of today. So visibility going to be an issue again with that heavy rainfall and then just a lot of moisture in the air. So just be careful on the roads this morning, all throughout the Tennessee Valley, all throughout the viewing area. Give yourself some extra time to make it to your destination for this morning. Temperatures are in the low to mid 60s at this time, and that is where they will stay pretty much for the rest of today. We're going to get a little bit of break by mid to late morning with this morning round of rain and storms, I should say, but that will be short-lived because again, we're just expecting multiple rounds of rain and storms for today. So like I said, our severe weather threat for today starting to diminish, not completely zero, so we're not out of the woods just yet. Something to still pay attention to, but I do like this trend that level 2 out of 5 risk has pushed much south of our viewing area, which is fantastic news. However, we are still in a level 1 out of 5 risk all throughout our local viewing area, again, for the potential for a stronger storm or two for the rest of today. So of course, we will be watching radar all for the rest of this morning, afternoon, and evening until the threat is completely over. So again, main threat and main issue today going to be the heavy rainfall leading to flooding or potentially flash flooding. We have a flood watch out in effect through tomorrow for most of our viewing areas. So again, up 2 to 4 inches, maybe some locally heavier rainfall totals, but we are going to be watching that very closely, and we would appreciate any safe reports that we get from you who are tuning in. But again, only if you can do so safely. Remember the rule of thumb: turn around, don't drown. We're going to continue to see showers and storms move through. Again, we'll be watching the radar as these do, but we're not expecting anything too intense. Again, just some heavy rainfall, maybe some thunder and lightning for the rest of this morning. But then by mid to late morning, again, we catch a little bit of a break, but short-lived at that. More rain and storms will continue to filter in throughout the rest of the afternoon, evening, and overnight. We'll be watching here this evening and overnight for the potential for, again, maybe a stronger storm or two. We'll talk about threats here in just a moment, but that will just continue widespread in nature overnight. By Saturday morning, though, we start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. We are talking, again, some leftover cloud cover, maybe a leftover shower or two, but any sort of strong to severe storm threat going to be far gone by Saturday morning, which is certainly good news, but we'll notice a change up by Saturday evening. Temperatures okay still by Saturday, but winds you see now out of the north by Saturday afternoon, going to usher in much colder air on the backside of this cold front that is going to be moving through. So here's a look at rain totals that we can expect anywhere from about 1 to 2 inches for southern middle Tennessee. Again, maybe some locally heavier rainfall certainly possible, and anywhere up to 3 to maybe even 4 inches of rain into parts of southern Limestone County, Morgan County, as well as Madison County. Again, some locally heavier rainfall totals certainly not out of the question, because again, we are just going to be seeing multiple rounds of rain and storms for the rest of today. So again, flooding going to be the main issue, with the main problem heading into the rest of today. So any streets that typically pond up with the water from rainfall, those will likely do so, especially by the end of today and into the overnight. So if you have to travel overnight, I would postpone that if you can. But again, just be very careful on the roads all throughout the day and the overnight. In terms of the tornado risk, that's something we've been mentioning throughout the week. Again, not completely zero. We can't completely ignore it, but it is on the lower end. If anything were to spin up, it would be a low end spin up type, quick duration type tornado. But again, not a main concern by any means, but that possibility is all throughout the Tennessee Valley viewing area. Something we can't ignore, something that's not completely zero, but again, chances are low for that. In terms of winds, gusts up to 60 miles an hour possible, so that could create a little bit of issue, but again, main threat going to be those that flooding potential with the heavy rainfall. Again, 3 to 4 inches possible throughout our viewing areas. So temperatures on the backside, like I mentioned, going to feel a lot colder. Again, comfortable and okay Saturday, but Saturday night getting below freezing, and then we stay in the 40s Sunday into Monday. The good news, we start to dry out. You'll see that on the 7-day forecast here in just a moment, but we are going to be noticing much colder air for the second half of the weekend. So for your morning drive out to the bus stop or wherever you're headed this morning, pack the rain gear and give yourself some extra time to make it to your destination. Again, pockets of heavy rainfall out there with showers and storms moving through at this time. By the afternoon, again, still going to be dealing with showers and storms around with some thunder and lightning, but we're going to see again that little break, and then by the evening and overnight we're going to see that really fill back in much more widespread in coverage. So again, plan for rain and storms all throughout the rest of today. We will catch a few breaks here and there, but they will be few and far between. Temperatures pretty much stay in the 60s all day. We're not going to be seeing much sunshine for today. Again, the potential for a few stronger storms for today and tonight not out of the question, but the good news, and like I showed you from the Storm Prediction Center, trends are getting into the more strong to maybe just an isolated strong storm or two for the rest of today, which is certainly a fantastic trend to look at. And then for the second half of the weekend, we're looking dry, mostly sunny, but cold. Temperatures only reaching the mid 40s, upper 40s by Monday with plenty of sunshine. We're back into the 50s by Tuesday. Our next rain chance after we get through today and tonight going to be by Wednesday. So that's a look at your local forecast right now. I'm going to go ahead and take it back to radar. Not seeing anything concerning, but just want to give you an update if you were just tuning in this morning. We are looking at, again, a mass of rain, and now we're seeing a little bit of thunder and lightning out there. Let's go ahead and put on our lightning counter to see what we've got going on. So we have one lightning strike throughout the viewing area, but it is something to note because, again, about a half hour ago, we did not have any lightning. So we're seeing some of these cells trying to increase or strengthen, but we're just looking at mainly heavy rainfall this morning, which of course is good news, but we are just We're going to continue to watch multiple rounds of rain and storms. Again, pockets of heavy rainfall leading to the potential for flooding issues for the rest of today, tonight, and even still some standing water on the roadways by tomorrow morning before things start to alleviate out there. So again, be very careful on the roadways. I'll put this radar loop into speed. We're looking at the past hour. Again, we see that uptick in the reflectivity. That means some heavier rainfall starting to fill in. But again, we're just not dealing with anything severe at this time. No strong storms at this time, which is certainly some good news. But I'll keep watching the radar for the rest of this morning, and I will let you know if we have anything to be worried about. And of course, I will be live with any updates if we do get any sort of weather warning for the rest of this morning. So grab your rain gear, grab your cup of coffee, enjoy the morning. I'll let you know if there is anything to be concerned about over the next few hours. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.
Shop building and a year-round creek.